Yeah, ne? Le blood, that South African blacks are being systematically replaced. Hey, guys, I have a lot to catch up on with you guys. So I have to discuss because because when I get a video it's like I got Jano fan. So Lena Lee one get one on So Kimona Mambita's something. Ashley So is questioning VC Yan to university, I think it's CUT. And the Karabana policy snacks mobile hirang, they're deliberately prioritizing foreign nationals over black South Africans who are qualified for the job, which is illegal. There's a procedure you are supposed to follow to prioritize South Africans before but it's not being followed. In the last video, or there's a systematic replacement of black South Africans that is currently undergoing on Azwal. And it's being spearheaded by obviously the ruling class, yeah, South Africa, who control South Africa, who own South Africa, which is white. White monopoly capital is running the show. And evidently, Wababona, they're using other blacks, the sellout blacks, right, to do their bidding. Mahua, they're very smart now. They understand the political implications of them being labeled or being seen as oppressive towards blacks. So what they do is they create systems and they put black people in leadership positions in charge of those systems that are oppressive to blacks. So this thing, make no mistake about it, it's no accident, it's no mistake. It's being spearheaded by Mahua and Basabisa Bodaki that are willing to sell out their own people for a quick check, a quick buck. That's the state of the black community. That's where we are. It's shameful. But how expose with this line of questioning, and you'll see, or there's no remorse here. This thing is a systematic thing that's been going on. It's only that it's being brought to light. And I hope, guys, I get a din toilet and kasira so manikimo. Kele blala, kele bonsa, kele fa evidence or hona wetsalang komzansi. And you young people, you black South African youth, guys, you must fight. Hasana ko ya birima rungle ama piano. Na ko ya piano hab lo na lo di party. No. If you guys want to have a future in this country, South Africa, I know the older generation, they failed you. Hence why not being somewhat in the middle, I'm trying to do my best to see how can we position you guys to be in a much stronger position than when the position that I was in. Because, yeah, the first 3 years of our democracy, everything was still new. But now we've got the privilege of hindsight to assess and realize that, okay, we didn't actually move forward. We were given political freedom, but that political freedom was also rigged. We didn't have true freedom as Black South Africans. But anyway, let me get into this video straight away. Just give me 1 second, guys. Hey. Wrong video. That's funny. Wrong video. Okay,
Especially also because
you see, I've been very patient with you, and I've allowed you to patronize me on many occasions. This time, I'm not going to allow it. What you have here is the position of dean is open. There is a South African black female who has applied and who is qualified. She holds a doctorate. She qualifies for that position. She doesn't get it. The person who gets it is a foreign national. That is not a scarce skill. The law requires that the only time you can do what you did is if it is a scarce skill. This highly qualified female South African has been disadvantaged, intentionally so. And according to our laws, she should have been the person. What is the reason for that? I wish you would just be honest, VC, but it's okay. We'll continue. The Department of Higher Education, did you approve this, the appointment of a foreign national over a South African?
We are also surprised. Ordinarily, the university would have written to us, particularly to give us notice that they are making that appointment for visa purposes. We didn't get that letter.
VC, are you listening to what the department is saying? There's a particular process. If you want to do what you did, you must inform the department you didn't.
No, that wasn't done, as far as I know.
We just heard that wasn't done.
We know it
You
wasn't
didn't
done.
do it.
Not as far as I know. Oh my God.
You disregarded, your institution disregarded a black female professional. There's no way around that. And whether you believe it or like it or not, CUT appears to be favoring foreign nationals above South Africans, even if they are qualified. Could you kindly tell the country who ended up getting the job? Was it a South African or was it a foreigner?
It was an internal candidate who is a foreign national.
Sorry, BC?
A foreign national female internal candidate.
In this instance, I'm putting before you a highly qualified South African black female professional who qualifies. In this instance, that's not a scarce skill because you have someone that can fill the position who is South African. A foreign national was given the position over and above this person.
Shameful.
Kindly explain. The entire procedure was wrong. You know why? I'll tell you why. VC, your institution favors foreign nationals over South African citizens. Even if they hold PhDs. That's why. VC, do you agree that the current EE plan chooses foreigners above South Africans?
Le mamets anker. Le mamets. I can take a little they're prioritizing foreign nationals over black South Africans. Unemployment rate that keeps rising is not by accident, it's by design. Poverty is a weapon of war. We are being hit with poverty as black South Africans because they are genociding us. This is an economic genocide. They're using the economic muscle that they've gained through terror, conquest, the crime against humanity that is colonialism and imperialism. They're using that muscle. They're not ashamed of what they did. They're actually proud of their conquest because they're using the spoils from those 400 years of conquest and oppression that are ongoing now to call the shots in the country. And there's nothing we can do about it except to go to war. I know you don't want to hear that, but you have to stage a coup. There's no way out of it. Burkina Faso with Ibrahim Traore. It has to be a coup d'etat. You have to overthrow the government and regain the country's land, minerals, resources, everything. You can't negotiate with your oppressor because obviously your oppressor is not going to want to give up the power that they've obtained, because for them, that gives them position, it gives them privilege, and it makes them being in your country worthwhile. So if you take all of that away, they have no reason to be here. White people do not want to be ordinary citizens in South Africa. They don't want to be ordinary citizens in Africa. They don't want to be ordinary citizens anywhere in the world. They don't want to be equal.
It's not choosing foreigners over South Africans. It's about also factoring our internationalization efforts. And we've got a 10% cap, as you would know. It's not a matter of choosing South Africans, foreigners over South Africans. It's
So your answer is no.
My answer is I don't think.
Is that a no or yes?
No.
No. All right. Let's look at slide number 10.
This guy, Ashley Soho, we're either going to do this the hard way or the easy way. Your choice. You pick. She chose the hard way. So now he's pulling up receipts. It's already slide as well with statistics from our bonds.
Let's just look at the engineering, build, environment, and IT section. Colored male, Indian male, chairperson of council, look at that there. 1.0% is permanent academic staff. No Indian female there in that entire faculty. Colored male, 1.6%. No colored female there.
Guys, this is in Cape Town. This is a Cape Town campus. No colored people are part of the staff, no Indians. Limamits.
Foreigners. Altogether, both foreign female and male, 15%. VC. Colored males, Indian males, and females are South Africans. You have in that faculty alone, combined 2%. If you round it off, let's say 4%. Foreign nationals, 15%. What is the reason for that?
Yeah.
Honorable Member, the common reason really for it is about the skills, the internationalization plan, and the readiness to come and work within CUT or the Free State. It's really the pool that we are recruiting from, but we do not dismiss our internationalization policy and the targets there.
I wish you would just be honest, VC, but it's okay. We'll continue. Do you know Professor Noluntu Mpeko?
Let's play. Let's play.
I haven't met her directly, yes.
Actually, it's Professor, Doctor.
Yes.
She holds a BTech, a MTech, and a PhD. Very brilliant black South African female in this country. Do you know that in 2024 she applied for the Dean of the Faculty of Engineering, both Environment and Information Technology? Do you know of that?
In 2019?
2024.
Oh, last year, yes.
You do know?
Yes.
Do you confirm that this black African highly qualified professional met the requirements of this position?
The minimum requirements.
Do you agree? Do you confirm that she fulfilled the requirements?
Yes, she fulfilled the minimum requirements.
Do you confirm that she was shortlisted and interviewed?
Yes.
Could you kindly tell the country who ended up getting the job? Was it a South African or was it a foreigner?
It was an internal candidate who is a foreign national.
Sorry, BC?
A foreign national female internal candidate.
Is that a scarce skill? The dean of the faculty?
In STEM-related issues, it can be a scarce.
In this instance, I'm putting before you a highly qualified South African black female professional
Why didn't she get the job?
who qualifies. In this instance, that's not a scarce skill because you have someone that can fill the position who is South African. A foreign national was given the position over and above this person.
If I may also answer this, that process was opened twice, precisely also because of the pool.
Dog, let me tell you something. When you hear this woman talking about the plan, the internationalization plan, I want you to write that word down, because that's the word they're going to use to justify the replacement of Black South Africans. They're going to say the internationalization. We're trying to spread or broaden our market to more people around Africa, around the world. That's just going to be an excuse to allow them to keep getting away with this illegal activity that they are doing. This black woman, black South African here, who's being questioned, does not seem to understand the serious implications of what she's doing. She doesn't get it. Why? Because black people have been through the process of colonization. It's created the sort of the house Negroism, which is it's a type of disease, if you will, where black people think like capitalists. They only think about themselves. As long as they are good, they don't think about the collective. They don't think about blacks in general. They think about, as long as I am good, which is a typically house Negroish mentality to have. So this lady is selling out the country, and she doesn't even understand the implications of how serious this thing is. So when she's explaining herself, she's really telling on herself when she says the internationalization of, the campus. Basically, they're on a mission, right? They've got up, and she said it's a plan. So this thing has been discussed internally. There's a very clear agenda to replace Black South Africans. Not just the structures within the staff, but also the students. They're giving preference and acceptance to foreigners. This is a very serious thing.
Pool of applicants that we had, where we wanted to make sure there is enough diversity in terms of female representation, South Africans, and especially also because of.
Listen, another day I'm going to speak also about why Black South African women are also being prioritized over Black South African men. Imagine black men and black women went through apartheid together, and yet now in the new South Africa, women are being overly prioritized. And it's very clear that there's an agenda to put black women in front of black men, that's just it's a weapon of war to basically emasculate the men. So the white power structure understands this, and they're trying to put black women as the matriarchs, as the leaders of the black society, in the same way that they did in the family unit. Black women have been leading the family unit for a very long time. This has been a systematic thing to basically strip all masculinity away and out of the black community, to render us powerless. Because women, even if they have good leadership qualities, women cannot survive in the jungle, guys. They can't. They're not built for it. You can call it what you want and say, oh, I'm being anti this, and I'm not a feminist. I'm telling you the truth. Here in the wild, in the jungle, women can't survive because it's a ruthless world. And of course, women are also ruthless, but their power is connected to a powerful man. Hence why women always look to marry up and date up, because it's all about manipulation. Women don't care about love, guys. I'm sorry to disappoint you if you think a woman is capable of loving you. She does not have capacity to love you. But what she wants is to have influence through you. So when you see this movement of feminism of I'm independent, blah, 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 it's basically satiating women's desire for power because they used to have to get it through men. So ultimately, it's not about love, marriage, family. For women, it's about power in the same way that it is for men. The only thing is women can't go and get it directly unless structures are put into place to prioritize them, to give them a beeline straight to power. So then now they can bypass men. And this is why they're talking sassy, talking about, oh, we don't need men. Oh, you don't need men. Oh, okay. But if we go to war right now, who are you expecting to fight? See, this illusion of a civilized society is what gives women this confidence to speak the way that they speak. This society is not civilized. It's a very incredibly violent one. And because the violence is hidden from you, right? You assume that people are civilized and we're all getting along. And no, that's very naive to think. If that's what you think is going on in today's world, you are extremely naive. Why do you think people have militaries? Why do you think countries invest so much in nuclear weapons and AI robots and technology for military purposes? If we're so civilized, if we're all just getting along and there's no need for fighting and warfare anymore. It's incredibly naive to think the way that some people think. But trust me, there's a concerted effort to drive a wedge between black men and black women, and it's being done systematically. In the same way what we're seeing here, where this woman is selling out to her country. And all I'm hearing here is the hiring of women as, putting them in administrative positions. They started by doing it in the family unit, and now they're doing it in administrative positions within our societies to make the black community a matriarch. They want to get rid of black masculinity because that is a threat to imperialism. Us rising up against, you cannot have, look at Burkina Faso. It takes a man to do that. Ibrahim Traore, it takes a man like him, militant in his thinking. And when a man like that is in power, everyone is safe. The entire country, the women, the children, the men, everyone. It's black male leadership is so important. Hence why I'm appealing to you guys so strongly that you must rise up as black men and take your position, your leadership position, and be willing to die for the liberation of black people. Or else we're going to continue down this path where we're being led by a matriarchal black world and black community, which renders us powerless, essentially. We're not a threat to anyone because women, black women in particular, are the biggest house Negroes you'll ever come across. The white master loves black women because they're so cooperative. I told you, black women only listen to 3 people: their Nigerian pastor, their white boss, and their sangoma. End of story. They cannot be led outside of that. I hope you guys are seeing what's going on and you're reading the play. But if you're not, late. Anyway, let's continue and see what this lady is saying.
You see, I've been very patient with you, and I've allowed you to patronize me on many occasions. This time, I'm not going to allow it. What you have here is the position of dean is open. There is a South African black female who has applied and who is qualified. She holds a doctorate. She qualifies for that position. She doesn't get it.
Why?
The person who gets it is a foreign national. That is not a scarce skill. The law requires that the only time you can do what you did is if it is a scarce skill. You disregarded, your institution disregarded a black female professional. There's no way around that. And whether you believe it or like it or not, CUT appears to be favoring foreign nationals above South Africans, even if they are qualified. And that's what that same stat in that faculty speaks to, of 15% of foreign nationals. And when we go there, even in your other slides, when you speak about junior lecturers and all of that kind of stuff, we will see how South Africans are lesser number than foreign nationals in practicality. I urge you, VC, as we go further, that we see this problem and we take accountability for it, rather than explaining it away.
Yeah.
This highly qualified female South African has been disadvantaged, intentionally so.
Yes.
And according to our laws, she should have been the person. Not preference, I don't know her. We just did research. But based on the law, what the institution has done is disadvantage her.
Yeah, illegal.
The Department of Higher Education, did you approve this, the appointment of a foreign national over a South African?
We are also surprised. Ordinarily, the university would have written to us, particularly to give us notice that they are making that appointment for visa purposes. We didn't get that letter.
No.
VC,
Sneak higher. Sneak higher. Sneaky.
kindly explain.
Chair, I think as I mentioned through the chair, honorable member, the candidate was an internal candidate that already has.
VC, are you listening to what the department is saying? There's a particular process. If you want to do what you did, you must inform the department you didn't.
No, that wasn't done, as far as I know.
We just heard that wasn't done. You didn't do it. The entire procedure was wrong. You know why? I'll tell you why. VC, your institution favors foreign nationals over South African citizens, even if they hold PhDs. That's why.
Anyway, guys, this is a part of a much bigger, grand plan that I'm going to expose so you guys can understand that white monopoly capital is putting everyone ahead of black men. And the reason being is so to make it difficult for us to stage any type of coup d'etat where we take possession over the land and its resources. Right now, they've got these foreign nationals as house Negroes working for them. They've got black South African women as house Negroes working for them. So anything we want to do, we must first go through other blacks. If you touch a foreign national, it's xenophobic. If you touch a black woman, it's GBV. I hope like checkmate. But anyway, if you're still sleeping, I don't know what future you're going to have as a black South African man in this country. But I'm doing my part to try to wake you guys up so that we can fight against this thing that's happening systematically. Otherwise, second half with another video all in one day. I'm going in, no rest. Let's go.